All right, we're in round 3. Got the choice again. We'll play first. And we've got, well, we're going to keep this because of the Rattleclaw Mystic, but we don't have a green source currently, which could add up to be a problem if our Rattleclaw Mystic were to say die. But if the Mystic doesn't die, or if we rip a forest, should be fine. All right, playing against warriors, very likely. Interesting. All right, well, let's drop the Mystic. Might have to take a little bit of damage from that Smoke Teller, but that's okay. If we draw a land next turn, we can actually play the Pine Walker. I guess we can't unless it's a green source, but if we draw a green source, we can play the... Alright, that is fine. Gonna take 2 here. No attacks, which is very interesting. Alright, I think we go for it here. Let's hard cast our Pine Walker. It just seems, especially since he missed his land drop, I think it's a bit too good to pass up here. So we're going to cast it. I guess technically I was wrong. I didn't even have to draw a green source there. We're not going to attack into the Smoke Teller because I want to get full value out of this incremental growth shortly here. But the only reason I hard cast the Pine Walker is, I guess I didn't have to. I could have. I didn't have to, but it seems like a pretty good time to do it, I guess. Yeah, especially if that's his best game plan, is getting his ancestor to a point where it doesn't die to Pine Walker. I think that's pretty acceptable. All right, so this turn, I guess we're just going to swing with the Pine Walker, and then we'll drop Salt Road Patrol plus Smoke Teller and set ourselves up for a pretty nice incremental growth. So incremental growth plan, we're going to put at least 1 on the Pine Walker so that it can get past the ancestor. And I guess the rest are probably just going to be divvied amongst Patrol and Smoke Teller. Although technically I guess we could. Well, let's just do the game plan. I think we're just a couple mana short of playing both. So 1 on the Pine Walker, 2 on the Patrol, 3 on the Smoke Teller, I think. Is fine. This means he probably blocks Ancestor on one of our 5 power guy and takes 9 maybe, which is certainly fine. 9 damage is, well, I don't agree with that block on his part, but I certainly appreciate it. Maybe he was worried about another pump effect, I guess. I don't know. Oddly enough, we can actually use Smoke Teller's ability, which I will be doing. Literally the only way our deck can use Smoke Teller's ability, so kind of funny in that. Well, that panned out pretty well for us, but it did take our opponent fumbling on mana, and Pine Walker was the card revealed if he missed it, so very good morph on our opponent's part. Probably not enough information to do a sideboard, and the only sideboard options I even have are Despise, a second Rite of the Serpent, and a Bitter Revelation. I guess Dreadmaw too, which I did bring in the last match, but I think we're just going to go again. I like how we were set up that game. I mean, it worked out for us, I guess. All right, no green source here is worrisome. and 2 6-drops. We do have 8 forests we can draw off the top. I can also play Master of Pearls as a bear if need be. No green sources in a 6 and 8 drop is not ideal. I do like this distribution with an 18 land deck, though. I think I might just play the Master of Pearls as a bear. I know it's certainly not what I, ideally want to do. But if I rip a green source or two, I feel like I'm in okay shape. And if I can make early trades out of my bears, I mean, that's an acceptable draw too. At least I can morph it out. But I was saying if I rip a green source, I'm good. If I don't rip a green source and I make early trades, I'm still good, I think. So now I don't have to play Master of Pearls as a bear. I still kind of want to trade Master of Pearls for something to make Shambling Attendants cheaper. But I guess I'm not in a big rush, so let's just skip the Master of Pearls play for now. It's a good stalled board state thing to do. And if he plays a morph, I guess I'd rather trade Sagu Archer, I think. I'd rather trade a Sagu Archer than a Witness, I think. Feat of Resistance, alright, very interesting. I certainly don't mind making trades here, though. But still missing the green source, unfortunately. I don't know of any 4-mana morphs that I'm concerned about, so we'll definitely offer a trade here. Interesting. Same card. So kind of need a land drop here. Otherwise, probably going to be in some trouble. All right, that was a pretty good one. So now we just do the Witness and pass. So if he plays land and attacks, I can't really block. Well, that I can block now. So now I can actually block his morph. Possibly. Bitter Revelation, very good card. I admit I wouldn't mind having that right now, but it's okay. So is he dedicated 5-color? Green, blue, red, black. Could be he's not playing red and he's just using Frontier Bivouac as a fixer, which is pretty legitimate. I've been there, done that. Alright. Roar of Challenge, not exactly what I was looking for here, but we'll swing. We'll still offer the trade with his morph. Looks like he's not interested in trading it off, which kind of tells me it's a Pine Walker, but we'll play our Master of Pearls and pass. Alright, if he attacks and doesn't unmorph, then I would say it's a pretty good indication that it's a Pine Walker. Parapet. Alright, well, now I guess he can't unmorph it if it's in fact a Pine Walker. Alright, that's pretty awful for us, but these things happen. So there's our 5th land. Yeah, we're going to be taking some big damage here. Untapped land would have been pretty ideal since we could have unmorphed our Witness for future plays, but I guess we're a green source away from being able to play Tusk Colossadon, which can at least trade with the Spirit Warrior, so we're not out of it. Plus we have Feat of Resistance for our Witness at some point to possibly stop the Spirit Warrior dude, but we still have quite the journey ahead of us here. So let's get this guy down. I guess we have Feet of Resistance up. So theoretically, I could block with my a Witness plus Highland game and protect my Witness. Yeah, you know, that's not the worst. But the problem with that being that any sort of removal or any sort of bounce effect, and we're kind of toast. So I don't know if I like it. But I might force myself into it. Alright, I think we take 5 this turn. I don't like the idea of possibly throwing my guys away. Well, it's something big. Yeah, Shambling Intense is a pretty good one. Alright. Debilitating Injury. Well, we can kill his Morph, I guess. Also makes our attendance cheaper. And then I can't. Well, I guess we're going to injure. And we're just going to leave up Feet. And I think we're going to do the plan that we planned on doing before. We're not going to play around any removal, but well, it was a good card to take out. So this is definitely a dangerous play, but I'm not left with a ton of luxuries here. And I guess the one upside is if it takes care of all of our creatures, then at least my Shambling Attendance is cheaper, I guess. Alright, so I guess what we're going to do is double block. Could do the Master of Pearls, I guess. Guess I'd rather, well, would I rather lose Master of Pearls? Well, ideally I'm not losing either, I guess, huh? Is that sort of the point? Guess I'll block with Master. And then I have to Feat my Master and hope he doesn't have any removal, but yeah, it's one of those really unideal, dangerous plays, but I just don't feel like taking another 5 at the moment. And like I said, it does make our attendance cheaper if he has a bounce or a, what is it, green and black, is that right? Black and green, alright. Alright, well, we don't lose our guy, so I guess that's good. And he had to bust a Soul Tide Charm on a Highland game, so I guess that's good too. Still has more plays, but at least we get our own Shambling Attendant now, so that's good news. And we have an Alpine Grizzly, which is also not bad, but let's play our attendants first. Maybe this holds back the attack a little bit. Try and set ourselves up for a nice Master of Pearls unmorph. We are back up to 19, which is nothing to scoff at. We need to get this unmorphed or this in play so Roar of Challenge does good things. But I guess we're ultimately trying to get this Master of Pearls unlocked, essentially. Alright, well, that's devastatingly bad for us, but I can't do anything about it, so likely not winning this game anymore, but I guess we'll just take a ton of damage that I can't afford to take. See if we get Forest. Armament Core does work. So we'll play this. double pump him, I guess. Hope our opponent has nothing, because anything and we're essentially dead. I basically have to block his morph even if he has nothing. Because if it's, well, if it's like a Woolly Loxodon, well, I'm dead to Woolly Loxodon anyway, I guess, so. I'm dead to Woolly Loxodon, but I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Probably should have just attacked with the... I mean, I guess I can't do anything about his flyer anyway, but... I mean, unfortunately, I'm mana short of... Just can't get lethal. But I'm dead anyway, so... Just so close to lethal, that's the frustrating part. But, alright. I got nothing else I can do. Yeah. I guess if he... Yeah, we're just short of lethal. Icy Blast for the win. I've played this card a few times. Never had a good play with it. Played against it many times. Always had a horrible time with it. Now that's interesting. Why would he... Does that bring us into lethal? I still don't think it brings 8. It is exactly lethal because he blocked like that. Could have a force away though. Wow. He actually did the one block in which we win, which is pretty remarkable actually if you think about it. You would think he'd want to just go in damage prevention mode at that point, since he had the lethal abomination on the backswing, or even the shambling attendants, but he actually did the only block that we could have won, which is pretty amazing. That's actually really amazing. So we ended up going 2-1, which is extremely fortuitous there. Once again, our opponent had 4 blocking choices. Only one block was the one in which we win that game. So just very fortunate that he chose the one creature we wanted him to block, and got a win out of it because of it. So pretty insane. All in all, very close, challenging, difficult matches, and I feel lucky to walk away with 2-1. So happy for that. We'll see you in the next draft.